Einstein Cares is the only site on the internet that enables people to shop and earn and give money to their charity without it costing any giver a penny. Look, we're going to be going right into this amazing philanthropic cause in just a little while, okay? So I'd like to welcome you to the Mark Bishop Show, where anything goes. You know that. It's like a box of chocolates, as the saying goes, when it comes to guests and stories and wonderful people that make a difference in our world. Einstein Cares is one of those. It's a big, hairy, audacious goal to give $1 billion to charity without it costing any giver a penny. Now, that's audacious. And you can help make this a reality by backing his campaign. And along with early success to the app before the launch, all backers will also have a membership success in Barry's Joy of Living community. And we hope to see you there. Okay. But do you want to do something beautiful for July 24? Join the movement. Now, this movement that I talk about is very, very interesting. Einstein Cares is on a mission to give $1 billion to charity without it costing any giver a penny. I mean, how do you do this? The program launches this month, March, and believe me, if you're in business, you'll want to hear about it. So, my very special guest for this episode is affectionately known as the ambassador of joy. And over the past 2 decades, Barry Shaw has worked tirelessly to help others find and live in joy. He has written several books, started the Keep Smiling movement, launched his podcast, which, by the way, has hundreds of thousands of listeners, and created the Joy of Living community. Barry's a strong believer in the power of one person. This his idea to empower every consumer to give to their favorite charity. It was born. That's his belief. So, without further ado, I want to welcome this wonderful ambassador of joy, Barry Shaw. Hi, Barry.
Good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved, immortal beings, and good-looking people. Now, Mark, how can I make the categorical statement that all the thousands of tens of thousands of people that are watching and will be watching and sharing this are all good-looking? Because by definition, if they tuned into the Mark Bishop Show, it means they're always looking for and finding the good in life. That's a good-looking person. Looking for and finding the good in life. Thank you for enabling me to be here today with you.
Barry, you've been a successful entrepreneur and multi-patent holder, and your years-long journey in recovering from quadriplegia has inspired you to make a positive difference in the world today. Okay? So let's hear about your incredible health story. I'm dying to share this with people.
Well, don't die. Let's live. That's the whole point of having Barry Shaw on the show, to inspire people to live exuberantly. So imagine, if you can't, everybody who's listening, standing up in the morning, completely healthy and hearty, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound, and that evening being in the hospital, totally, completely paralyzed from my neck down. And it was not from an automobile accident, not a spinal injury. It was a rare disease, which I never heard of the day before, took over my body and caused me to be completely, totally paralyzed. It's called being a quadriplegic. Nothing in the body moved. I could only communicate by blinking my eyes. I was 144 days in the hospital. I was in a hospital bed in my own home for 2 years. I couldn't turn over by myself. 4 years in a wheelchair. I had braces on both my legs, from my hips to my ankles, and that was progress. Thank God today I'm able to be vertical and ambulatory with the help of a 7-foot walking wand. So I'm a triped, not a biped. I can't walk up a stair by myself. I can't walk up a curb by myself. And I've helped 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. But you hear my voice. Positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant. And by the way, Mark, it's all because of one word. One word. And the word is smile, because SMILE is a great acronym that stands for seeing miracles in life every day.
All right.
That's the key to successful living.
You're amazing. I'm so thrilled to hear that story, because it tells me one can do what one wants to do when you put your mind to it, no matter what. Now, look,
Uh,
we've got a lot to talk about with Einstein Cares. It's a wonderful concept, and I really do want people to, you know, get in and get behind this. Einstein Cares, it's your most ambitious endeavor yet. Now, it aims to encourage and empower every individual to give to their favorite charity, because everybody's got different charities, but in a very simple way. It's not about here, here, here. Yes, I'll donate 50. I'll donate. Not about that, folks. Not about that. Right? Just by shopping. We shop every day, don't we? We go buy this, we buy food, we buy petrol, we buy this. Oh, gas. Okay. It's still petrol in Australia. The free Einstein Cares app allows users to earn cashback rewards while also donating to their favorite charity at no extra cost. It's built on the win, win, win principle. Everybody wins. Business wins by attracting customers and rewarding them with cashback and cash to their charity. Users win. Have a guess how the users win? By
so users win it. Yeah,
frequent
everybody
purchases.
who doesn't like getting money for shopping.
Well, right. So we win, right? Because businesses reward us and the charity of our particular choice at the same time. All right. So charities win by having their supporters frequent businesses that give cash back to the user and to the charity. Einstein Cares. It's an ecosystem of good. Barry, please correct me where I'm wrong at all.
Well, no, you're not. First of all, Mark Bishop is such a right guy. I am so humbled and honored to be on this show. Listen to that resonant voice. That is the voice of professionalism. And he's a man who understands right away the benefit of what he calls that big, hairy, audacious goal. And we'll just articulate it again. To give $1 billion to charity without costing any giver a penny, and you make money along the way. Well, I'll give you a wonderful story that everybody, I think, knows if you're listening and you've been around the world for more than 10 years. So in the year 2014, there was a great movement called the Ice Bucket Challenge. Most people remember it. People were literally putting ice water over their heads, taking a video and sharing it with friends and challenging them to do the same thing and give money at the same time. So this went viral. 17 million people participated. They raised $137 million in the course of a few months. So I was always taken with this. I did it, and I encourage other people to do it because it was fun. And over the years, I've been envisioning something along these lines. I call this philanthrotainment. What is philanthrotainment? It's philanthropy and it's entertaining, right? Okay. Putting ice bucket over your head, ice water, and then sharing it. Well, there's nothing more entertaining than shopping. Now, I was recently doing a show and somebody said, "Hey, Barry, I like fishing. That's more fun." And I said, "Well, do you ever buy fishing equipment?" Because this person was a fly fisherman. And he said, he laughed. He said, "My wife has to restrain me." Of course. I said, "Well, now imagine you buy stuff for your fishing life. Right, and when you do that, you get cash back because the place you shop at is going to reward you. And you're going to give cash to your favorite charity." How wonderful is that? That's philanthrotainment.
Now let's clarify this 100%. The guy's going fishing. He needs bait or he needs a new reel, whatever it is. So he goes to that particular store and he buys. He can do the same thing with Einstein Cares as I can. I can go down the street if I really want to and buy some clothes.
Right.
Particular store
and as long as this is beautiful.
Charity at the same time.
As long as the store is on the system and you're on the system, and we have thousands and thousands and thousands of establishments already. And you just sign up one time and you use your current your current credit card. That's the beauty of this, Mark. Nothing changes except you win. And you're causing win all around.
I want to ask you this question. Why are you called the ambassador of joy?
Well, several reasons. Number one, because joy is a fabulous acronym that stands for Journey of You.
Okay, and therefore, why is joy important in business, do you think?
Yeah, so I am of the not just the opinion. I've been speaking about this and writing about this for decades, even before I became paralyzed. That to live in joy daily not only enhances your own life and that of your family and your friends, but it increases your ability to live in the world of business. I, thank God, have been in business. I'm 75 years chronologically, Mark. I've been in business since the age of 9. 9? Yes. There's a great story that goes with it. I grew up in a place called Boston, Massachusetts, which anybody who's watching, you can look it up, Google. In the wintertime, it's cold, and oftentimes we have snow.
Mhm.
And we used to be pray when there was a big snowstorm and they call out school. Yay! You heard it on the radio. So instead of going back to sleep or playing games, I got bundled up and I said, I'm going out, I'm going to shovel snow and make money because I was paid 25 cents a week for my allowance.
Oh my
And when
god.
I knock on doors and shovel snow, I can make real money, dollars, not quarters.
Right.
And I was 9 years old, had a big snowstorm. I went out from about 8:15 in the morning, came back at 5:15 in the evening. It was already dark. Came back. I made $55. Now
Ooh,
remember, 25 cents was paid.
a lot of piggies there.
$55 for a
I remember
9-year-old.
for 9
Huge,
yeah.
huge. So
You know
here's
what
what
you know what I was doing at 9? I was delivering medicine from the pharmacies. Well, we call them chemists still. You call them
right.
pharmacy, right? But I come home from school and I would do that one. I would deliver, the medicine to old ladies and people that couldn't get there. Then in the morning, I'd do a paper round and throw that thing at the front door.
So Mark
We
Bishop and
all did
Barry
jobs at
Shore.
school,
Yeah,
didn't
see, we are kindred spirits. That's why we're on the show together.
we? All
We're
right.
kindred spirits. He understands that this is what was taught to me that particular day. When I came back, my father said to me, my dear beloved son, he used to like saying that, my dear beloved son, how do you spell business? I said, Business,
Uh-huh,
Dad. And he
uh-huh.
said, right. Now notice that the U comes before the I. When you take care of other people, the
Mm,
I will always be taken care of. Focus on giving service for other people and
right.
doing it in a big, upbeat manner. You'll always be taken care of. Now, I was 9 years old. Did I understand what he was talking about? No. It took me 2 decades plus
But I
to
love that.
understand it.
The you before the I must remember that's good. So, obviously to you, joy is essential to business success. But what
Yes.
drove you to build Einstein Cares? I mean, you've had different businesses, you've been very successful, you're a great entrepreneur, and for considering your own health story, what you've come from, you never gave up. Look what you've achieved. But then this baby came along.
So
Einstein
I'm going to
Cares,
tell you what happened.
biggest thing of your life, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
All
This
right.
is my legacy because I'm 75 years chronologically. I'm 48 years metabolically because I now swim 2 miles a day, 6 days a week. Ah!
Hey. Yeah.
Mental acuity 28 because I work with a lot of 28-year-olds on the internet. And my SOW is 8. So people say SOW, what is that?
Sounds like
Sense of wonder.
okay, the sense of wonder. Fantastic.
I'm an 8-year-old.
Tell me, please, on the Mark Bishop Show. I want to know for our viewers here on YouTube as well, all over the place. What does Einstein Cares serve? Who does it help? Who is it going to help, Barry?
So it was designed, first of all, it was all came about because of my wife. My wonderful wife, I'm married 47 years. Her
God
name
bless.
is Naomi, and she challenged me one day. I was laying in bed, I'm completely paralyzed. She came into the room and said, well, there's some people who wanted a donation for this is almost 18 plus years ago, want a donation for something called Wheels of the World, which helps people get wheelchairs.
Okay,
And you should never know from this. I had 3 wheelchairs, total cost over $20,000. Thank God we could afford it, but not everybody can.
that's right.
So
That's right. It's
she said, well, going to write a check for
expensive.
$500.
$500. Okay.
So she said, I said, I couldn't, I'll give you that. I said, fine. And then I said to her, I asked her to lean down. I said, I would love to find a way where people, lots and lots of people could gather together and give money to things they care about, like Wheels of the World, without costing anybody a penny. And she looked at me. She said, well, you're smart. Figure it out. And she walked out of the room. And remember, I'm paralyzed. I'm not going anywhere.
Right.
And for the next 3
A hurry
days,
anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. Next week,
Behind every brilliant man, there's a brilliant woman, isn't there? Huh? What can you
absolutely.
tell me?
Wonderful, brilliant, capable, caring, kind, loving woman.
All right. So she gives you this challenge. You're lying there thinking, okie dokie. How do I do that? So
How do you do that?
how do you do that? Why
How
the
do you do that? So
why
first
the
of
name Einstein Cares? What did you do? Lie there and say, "Oi, Einstein, help me out, will you?"
well, almost ask God to help. Yeah, same
There
sort
you
of.
go. All right.
And the genius is that, like many things, the vision was there before the technology was there, Mark.
Okay.
See,
Often
it
it
took
is.
it took many years for the vision. So let me again explain to people what the process is. How do you go shopping and get money for doing it and give money to something you care about? So the key is making businesses aware. And by the way, COVID really helped with this. I'm going to give credit to COVID. Because of COVID, business went through very big changes just over the past few years, correct? We all understand that now.
Big time. Big time.
And many people around the world went through changes.
Hmm.
And people became much more sensitive to the idea of giving, sharing, caring. So what happened is my idea that I've been working with and tried several times over the course of the ensuing decades, try with gift cards and other things, the mechanisms weren't there because I told you the tech wasn't there.
Right.
And then I realized that by approaching businesses that really understand the value of their business, what does that mean? That means that a business that understands that the relationship with a customer is far more than transactional. It is really transformational. So when somebody comes into something as simple as a restaurant, let's take that restaurant. Go into a restaurant you like and presume that the food is at least adequate, if not good. And you want that person, what do you want? You want to keep that customer.
What
You
do
want
you
to acquire new ones. It's called A&R, acquisition and retention.
do?
And you want frequency. So
Yes.
what better way to reward something and say, look, I'm willing to give a certain percentage. I'm going to use it for advertising. I'll allocate it differently. And now I'm willing to give, pick a number, 2% cash back to you, the user, my customer, and 2% to the charity of your choice. That's pretty cool, right?
Mm.
So you come in, and again, the business restaurant is on Einstein Cares. They registered and said, I want to be on this system. I like this idea.
Hmm.
And the users on there, they sign up their credit card one time, they chose their charity, and now they walk in, Mark and the wife and the family go out, swipe the card, and the bill was, let's say, $222.44. Swipe the card, walk out, bing, the magic happens. 2% goes cash back to you. You just made $4.44. And
That would
2%,
go. That goes back to the card that I just used.
actually not to the card, even better. You
Even
get
better.
cash back in your account into your however you want it. We
However
don't
you want it. Okay.
Yeah,
So you're
we're
not.
going to
All right.
send you. We're going to send you money via PayPal or Venmo or Zelle, whatever.
Okay. So it's
Many ways to do it.
all right.
But not only that, not only are you going to get cash for going shopping, but cash is going to go to something you care about, and it doesn't cost you a penny. So it's really important to understand that there are two major drivers in the human being from the beginning of time. I am smart and I'm good. Everybody likes being smart. What's smart? I make money because I shop. Hello, smart. And I'm good.
All right.
Well,
So
I give money. It doesn't cost me a penny. You can't get much smarter and gooder than that.
okay. All righty. All righty. Now listen. One of the things I want to ask is this, because there's a lot of scams go on in this country. I got to tell you. In fact, 800. I think the FBI were telling me 800 million a year of hard-earned American dollars leaves the country and goes overseas to these mongrels who do all the scamming. Now, here's the deal. This is very secure. Businesses are signing on left, right, and center. And I must say, you've got some heavies. We're talking
Right.
big national companies here, big brands who don't want to get mixed up in anything that's not right. And neither should they. Neither. Tomato, doesn't matter. But here's the deal. You're getting them. What are they saying? What do they understand about it? What turns them on? Hang on a minute. What talks their cock?
So this is beautiful because Mark is addressing three very important issues. Number one, This is driven by goodness, as he called it, the ecosystem of good. Everybody wins because it's businesses giving back to people they care about who are coming back again and again, and with word of mouth advertising saying how wonderful it is and you should shop here because they give me something and they give me to something I care about, like the Salvation Army or Toys for Tots or the local charity. Again, I love local. We'll talk about that in just a couple of minutes, but I love local businesses. So yes, we have the biggest brands in the country, and they would not be involved unless it's completely legitimate.
Mhm.
Understand what business wants. Business wants to keep existing customers and attract new ones.
Well, they
And
should.
every business knows that it's far less expensive to
Mhm.
keep existing customers than to try and get new ones. That's number one.
That's a
Number
fact in
two,
business. Yep. Big
yeah.
time.
So number two, it's a fun aspect. If you're going to go shopping at, let's say, Macy's, or you're going to buy groceries, or you're going to travel on an airline, well, why not get rewarded for it in the way that touches your very being? A, your pocketbook, and B, something you care about. What we do is we put the fun back in fundraising.
Yeah, it's
Now
logic.
let me focus on something that is critical to my way of thinking. I love local business. To me, that is the essence of the American experience.
It
Every
is.
one of these big brands was small at one time, whether you're talking about Amazon or Macy's or
Right.
Kroger. They were all some small at one time. We love small business and we love local business. So we are actively seeking out and working with people who do everything from restaurants,
Right.
entertainment, plumbing, air conditioning, anything to do with your home, anything to do with your personal life, whether it's a nail salon or a coach, it doesn't matter. Local is where the action is, from my perspective, being able to help and help local charities.
Well,
Imagine a charity, a
oh,
small
yeah, yeah.
charity,
And they need it too. You take a place like, let me think, say Tucson as an example in Arizona.
right?
I think what is it, 3,500? 3,500, I think, was the last number that I heard of not-for-profits looking to raise funds for good charities, for good causes, things that are really needed in local community, as you say. So what you're telling me, Barry, is this. Let's get this clear. It can be anywhere, in any business, in any city or town throughout the United States.
Absolutely correct. And God willing, the next year into Canada as well.
Oh, into Canada too. Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. Now I've been running some things like your email and the website. The website itself, which is on screen now, can people just go to that and get the full story, like we've been talking a little bit today?
Hopefully, well, they'll get enough of the story to sign up. The full story is listening to this show. There aren't many Mark Bishops around. Let's be blunt. You
No,
know,
no.
anybody who wears a red bow tie is already a special person. But
Well,
the point,
there's only 3 million odd podcasters out there, so I got to do something different, haven't I?
right? But the point is
Not a
that
joke, right?
Mark is spot on. Go, you want to go to EinsteinCares.com.
All right.
EinsteinCares.com. Sign up for
But they can email you
early
too.
access.
If people would like to email you and, befriend you a little bit, they can do that. You're a very,
Absolutely.
you know,
We welcome people. See, this is a movement. This is not just, hey, what a clever idea, Barry Shore, smart guy. This is a movement. And let me be very philosophical for a moment, if I may, Mark. We have an interesting dilemma in America at the moment. Obviously, we have several, but I want to emphasize one in particular. So I'm 75 chronological, as I mentioned. When I was growing up, we had a can in the house. It was called the charity can or a charity box. And everybody would put in the spare change from the course of the week. And at the end of the month, my father would bring it to the bank, count it out, and whatever the amount was, 10, 20, $30, whatever that is, give that to the local charity that we supported. Great. Very few people carry change today. And very few people, because I've done surveys, I speak to people younger than 30 regularly. Very few people grow up with this process of putting money into a box or something every
right.
day or every week. So what's happening is that the giving muscle in people that are younger, usually under the age of 28,
Mhm.
I focus on 18 to 28.
Right.
They're not givers. They have not been schooled in giving. And if I ask them why, and I'm talking about loving people who really care, they're willing to give some time and donate and such for causes, but giving money, well, I have student debt. I have this, I have that.
Yeah.
My grandfather gives, my uncle gives, many reasons, but there's no real good excuse for not giving. And the most important muscle in the human body
Mhm.
is the giving muscle.
The giving muscle.
The giving muscle. So I did a show recently. We had 237 people in the audience, all under the age of 28, 18 to 28. I asked 3 questions. How many people here have written a check in the past 3 months? One hand went up.
Okay.
Okay.
I got your point, and it is. So listen, everybody, get behind this. I don't care if you're 15, 18, 97, right? You've still got some wind in you. Barry, I want to know this. So my viewers, they want to get involved. They like what they hear. They want to read a bit more. And of course, this goes on to onto my site as well, markbishopmedia.com. You're going to have Barry's bio there and a pic and so on, and contact situations, and the different links of all of his social media as well. All right. So you can see all of that there. It'll also be going on my YouTube channel. It'll also be going on various podcast platforms and social media that can take videos. So that is good. What do they do now, Barry, in closing? If someone wants to get involved with this, whether you're a business saying, well, okay, this makes sense, I'd like to know more. Or if you're a giver and you're thinking, gee, I'd like to get involved with this. I live in here or I live there. Is it set up now for me to go down to local shops and get involved with this?
So the simple answer is yes.
Yes.
And here's why. Yes. So when you go to EinsteinCares.com, you can sign up for early access with your email. It asks you, are you a merchant? Are you a nonprofit? So if you're a nonprofit and you're a charity of any kind, any size, click there and say yes and give information. That's all. So we'll contact you. And if you're a business, say, contact me. Well, yes, every merchant of every size should want to be involved because, again, going back to philosophical, I asked young people, how many people here have ordered pizza in the past 3 months? Every hand went up, right? So now you can, by using Einstein Cares, you can order pizza, and let's say you only give 60 cents. Who cares? You made 60 cents, you gave 60. It's not the amount,
It
it's
adds
the
up.
giving muscle.
Of course it is. It's the giving. It's the giving muscle, right? You're getting it warmed up. And the 60 cents, never think it's too less. 20 cents is not too less because it all adds up.
Because it's a movement. It's a movement. We want millions and millions and millions of people shouting through the streets, running naked, Mark, shouting, Einstein cares, Einstein cares.
EinsteinCares.com. If you haven't got it now, you never will. It's imprinted on the brain. I wake up at night. Einstein Cares. EinsteinCares.com. He's on Twitter. He's on all over the place. But this is the address on the screen now. Very simple. Just go to www.einsteincares.com. He's also on Messenger. He's all over the place. But that's the one to go to if you're a business, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and if you're a nonprofit, that's the other situation. Because there are so many, but you've got a favorite, or one, or two. Hey, is it all right if I wanted to give it to the little puppies in the cages? Organizations that try to raise money, Barry, they're not persona non grata, are they?
No, on the contrary. Again, think of a small nonprofit, a small charity that has plus minus 1,000 supporters. You can now ask them, but we'll give you a link to send out. We don't want your money. Go shopping. You're going to give us money. It won't cost you anything. They say, huh? Imagine with 1,000 supporters, you can raise $100,000 a year without costing any giver a penny. That's a game changer. We want to make a difference. We are all MAD on the Mark Bishop Show. MAD stands for make a difference.
Make a difference. Make a difference. Barry Shaw, the founder and the CEO and chief cook and bottle washer of Einstein Cares. It's going to be a national scenario. You'll hear about it. All sorts of goodies are involved. And do something. Get involved. Go to the site, EinsteinCares.com. If you're a business, If you're a nonprofit, read it up if you want to get involved to give money or where you want to shop. Doesn't matter. It's all going to be there, and look out for it. Barry, it's been absolutely wonderful. I thank you for
A
coming on.
couple of things, Mark. Can we give a big hug to everybody watching?
Of course you
And
can.
okay, let's tell everybody what HUD
Oh,
stands for. Heartfelt, unlimited giving. That's a HUD. Heartfelt, unlimited giving. 1, 2, 3. Roar!